A company I love just posted something heartbreaking. Words like betrayal, legal action, the end of an era. And now, one of the most exciting partnerships in the miniature world, gone. It shook me, not just because I love their miniatures, not just because I love that paint, but because it reminded me how fragile this whole space really is. When one company goes quiet, it matters. The company is Big Child Creatives, known for their beautiful physical miniatures, painter-first approach, and recently, their collaboration on the Ionic Smart Paints with Ammo Paints, a paint brand I have talked about and used frequently. And this collaboration has not ended well. In a series of Instagram posts, they shared their side of what happened with Ammo Paints and the end of Big Child Creative as we know it. To be clear, there are always two sides to every story. Both companies have released statements and they don't totally line up. But regardless of who is right, physical miniatures don't just appear. They take time, people, and serious resources to create. With the rise of 3D printing, that kind of investment is harder to justify and even harder to sustain. If we want this corner of the hobby to grow and not fade, we need to have these conversations. So today, I want to highlight some amazing creators, studios, and sculptors that are still doing brilliant, passionate work, and who all need your help. First up, if you want amazing, jaw-dropping, beautiful miniatures, then you need to check out Mindwork Games. Mindwork Games is based in Italy, and they specialize in high-end resin figures that are basically collector-grade sculptures. Their lineup ranges from intense 75mm figures to gorgeous busts, and every one of them feels like a piece of storytelling in miniature. They don't just design minis, they adapt iconic fantasy art from legends like Frank Frazetta, Brom, and even photographers like Laura Sheridan into full 3D works of art. I have Total War, a bust based on a Laura Sheridan photograph, Red Moon, inspired by Jodie Muir, Night of the Zombie by Patrick J. Jones, and several more that I misplaced during the move. As a bonus, I happen to know that they're awesome people. I see them at Adepticon every year, and I've worked with them on videos. If you want miniatures that feel more like fine art than gaming pieces, be sure to check them out in the description box, along with all the other brands I'll be talking about in this video. At the start of every Dungeons & Dragons campaign, I tell all of my players they all get one painted model. If that character dies, well, the rest of their miniatures will just be gray resin. And when I'm looking for these first models, one of the first places I look is Darksword Miniatures. What sets them apart is their stunning pewter cast and incredible true-to-scale detail. Their 28mm heroic scale models range from classic adventures to whimsical anthropomorphic animals in the Critter Kingdom line. They even have characters inspired by the iconic art of Larry Elmore, Keith Parkinson, and George R.R. Martin's Game of Thrones. I especially appreciate their miniature finder page, which allows you to narrow down the models you're looking for your specific character. And as a bonus that's very important to me, they have a plethora of well-dressed female miniatures, which historically have been difficult to find. I have many Darksword miniatures, and in the process of making this video, several more will be arriving shortly. Let's talk Hera Models. Hera Models specializes in fantasy and sci-fi busts and 75mm scale models. Their catalog is packed with fierce ladies, ripped warriors, and nightmare-fueled monsters. Each piece is an expressive work of art, sculpted with stunning detail and raw emotion. I only own one so far, a bust named Rahel who I got on Kickstarter. She feels like the perfect blend of Sisters of Battle and a Chaos Space Marine. However, upon doing research for this video, I definitely am feeling an itchy trigger finger to buy several more. I'm starting to realize that when it comes to my wallet, making this video might have been a mistake. What happens when beauty and fear collide? You get Inu Kingdoms. This boutique studio is redefining what dark fantasy means, crafting beautiful female busts infused with a supernatural edge. I have Yama, Daughter of Twilight, but every time I pass their booth at Adepticon, my husband has to physically hold me back from buying their entire lineup. The material is really high quality, the details are astounding, and the only reason I haven't painted Yama yet is because I'm waiting to have enough time to really do her justice. So please, go do me a favor and buy yours while my model sits in unpainted purgatory. If you're tired of grim dark, heavy metal, and demon monsters and are in need of a palette cleanser, then you need to check out Owlsome Creations. This boutique miniature studio was founded by artist Natalia Orax, specializing in charming, adorable busts and large-scale figures. These models are just so damn cute. They perfectly blend sweetness and sculpting detail, offering a delightful challenge for painters and collectors. I have this precious princess with a baby dragon who totally gives Sailor Moon vibes. She even came in an adorable package with a cute little sticker. I tried to buy this model at Adepticon, but Natalia refused to take my money. So here's her payment. Go check out Owlsome Creations. The models and creator are incredibly sweet. If you want, oh my god, where did you get that miniatures, you need to check out Carol Rudick. Dragons, demons, vampires, beautiful women, zombies, he's got it all. Available as busts, 75mm, 32mm figures, and even STLs. These are easily some of the most creative miniatures I've ever seen. The one I own, it's constantly the most talked about piece in my collection. This model is the Black Mother, and again, she displays one of my favorite details, the duality between beauty and fear. The undead face, the beautiful mask, it just tells such an intense story. But even better, this model came with several options, meaning you could tell a totally different story with the exact same figure. If I was able to, I would absolutely love to paint her again, but this model is no longer available. And if I didn't love this version so much, I would absolutely strip and start again. So if you're hunting for a true showstopper, Carol Rudick is your next obsession. But act fast, these models are usually limited edition and sell out quickly. What began as fine art renditions of classic Warhammer-style characters has evolved into an entire dark fantasy universe, with original IP, jaw-dropping sculpt, and an obsession with detail. Of course, I'm talking about Creature Caster. Their models, both physical and STL, are designed to both challenge and inspire painters. In recent years, they've gone beyond miniatures, releasing their own campaign setting, complete with stat blocks and adventure hooks, making it easier than ever to bring their own twisted world to your tabletop. I have several models from Creature Caster, all of them absolutely gorgeous. Of course, I have the Curse Elemental, or what I like to call Curse Baby, who I've been working on for 3 years. She is so detailed, I'm still not done. I also have Absolute Malice, who was an absolute joy to paint, several 52mm figures, and this gorgeous STL print of next year's Resin Beast entry, the Corrupted Queen Brynhild. If you're looking for a massive BBEG to end your D&D campaign with a bang, or if you just want to lose your mind in the best way over impossible tiny details, Creature Caster will keep you painting and swearing for years to come. And while you're at it, give a Cuttlefish Colors a look too. We don't know how Big Child Creative's story is going to end, but I sincerely hope this is not the last time we hear from them. So if you have an artist or studio whose work you love, be sure to support them. Buy their work, like and comment on their Instagram pages, share their new releases. If we as a community want to keep this community thriving, then we have to work together as a whole. If there are any amazing physical miniature producers that I missed, please let me know down in the comments. You do not know how much it helps the algorithm when you leave a comment. If you like what I do, you know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe. Join my wonderful community. You can get private lessons from me, weekly feedback, or just say hi on Instagram. Either way, thanks so much. I look forward to seeing you next time.